I know what you're thinking. This will be my third attempt to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, and you think I'm probably just going to fuck it up again.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair, but this time I'm going to prove you wrong. Third time is a charm.
All right, let's hear it.
What's the problem?
Well, good news and bad news. The good news is it sounds great. I'm loving it. The bad news is that it's still Gaio's theme, but it's just like it's just the chords this time.
What?
Yeah, that's at least what it sounded like to me.
Oh. Well.
You gonna break this guitar too?
No. It fell.
Yeah, I can see that right on your fist there.
Yeah, sure did.
All right, well, we got a couple other 1,000 of those in the back, so that's gonna be fine.
That's right. And incidentally, those couple thousand in the back are actually thanks to cloning technology. I'm actually reproducing the same one over and over again.
Neat. Anyway, welcome to episode 18 of Bonus Features with Alex and Robert. You're Alex.
And you're Robert.
Alex, how's the World Cup been going?
Apparently some crazy stuff's been happening. Croatia is in the finals. They beat England, and then France beat Belgium, so that's going to be our... Wait, did I say... I meant semis. Sorry. Anyway, so it's going to be France and Croatia in the finals.
Okay.
So that's, like, kind of cool, I guess. I don't know.
I suppose it's cool for soccer's standards.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I was pulling for Iceland there, man.
Dude, I don't think they didn't make it out of group play.
But I like volcanoes.
Volcanoes are pretty rad.
Yeah, and there's no volcanoes in England or fucking Croatia, to my knowledge. So you know what? That's what I think about soccer. That's Robert's worthwhile opinion of the day.
All right. Well, you know what? When you put it so eloquently and at the same time colloquially,
yes.
How can I disagree?
No, I get why the soccer is. I mean, the World Cup comes only every 4 years, right?
Yeah, dude, it only comes but once every 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal, and I understand the appeal, but I don't know. I've always just wanted rugby to have that fame instead of soccer, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I think rugby's way cooler.
But, I mean, you know what? If people like it and it's not harming anybody, fuck it. What do I care?
Right. But you're more of a baseball guy. You're more of a have mostly one guy do all the work.
Yes. I'm into boring shit, guys.
That's exciting. Well, then, never mind. I guess you should like soccer, but like people might get mad. But you know what? Whatever.
Yes.
They're both boring in their own unique ways.
Every sport can be boring in some way.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Like football game where the defenses are both too good.
Yeah, have you ever tried?
Those are like.
Oh, God,
you know what I'm talking about? Like where they're too scared to like do the long bombs. Like any passes. It's just like two running teams.
There was a Bears game last year. It was a Bears-Vikings game. I think it was in the first half. And I was watching with my friend Luke over at Bad Movie Brunch. And the score at the end of the first half, it was 3-0. And I think it was the Bears that were winning. And it was like obviously winning by a field goal. And it was just fucking abysmal to watch.
See, like that's the worst is like a boring, like the sports that are the crazier ones normally. When those are boring, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, but... Anyway.
Speaking of boring, I just gotta bring this up.
Yes.
The Derek Lewis-Francis Ngannou fight.
Yeah.
You hear about this?
I heard of it.
Well.
Fill me in.
It was 3 rounds, 5 minutes, and Derek Lewis, I think in total, he threw something like 30 strikes the entire time. That's okay. 3 rounds.
Jesus.
It was all on their feet. It was like watching a sparring session. It was actually so boring that it became kind of interesting.
It became like like an actual chess game.
Yes.
Or maybe not as interesting as a chess game.
Debatable. It's a close one.
It's not as good as Pawn Sacrifice though, the movie.
That's a solid movie. But anyway,
moving on.
Moving on.
From sports to news. Our first news story of the day is we got some casting news for the Fast and Furious spinoff Hobbs and Shaw, which is going to be directed by David Leitch. He's one of the men behind John Wick 1. He also directed Deadpool 2 recently.
And Atomic Blonde.
Vanessa Kirby is going to be joining the film as, is it Deckard Shaw?
Whatever.
Jason Statham's character's sister. She plays.
We'll call him Shaw.
Ms. Shaw or Mrs. Shaw, either way. She's playing an MI5 agent.
Oh, is she? I didn't know that. That's
we don't
interesting.
We don't have a name or anything, but the bigger casting news for me, only because I'm really seeing Vanessa Kirby in anything, though I have high hopes for her in Mission Impossible Fallout, which I've heard is good.
She's in that?
Yeah, she's like the other. She was that blonde that you thought was.
Yeah. That
Rebecca Ferguson for a second.
They ruined the fight scene that like it would have been cool to be surprised. But anyway, I digress.
I'm hoping she'll be a standout, but Idris Elba, depending how you want to pronounce it, is going to be the villain in this flick. And I don't know about you, but I'm liking that.
I am too. I haven't seen anything of his where I've been like, disappointed with his performance.
Right, same here.
Actually, I don't know. What has he been in recently?
Well,
wait, what am I talking about? He's Heimdall.
He's Heimdall. I was also thinking of, he was in the Dark Tower, which was meh, but like he was the villain in Star Trek Beyond.
Oh, yeah. See, I knew there was a couple I was forgetting.
Yeah.
He's always pretty solid, and I think he does well as the villain.
Oh, yeah, I think he'll be fine in this.
So, yeah, this is turning out to be a hell of a cast.
I think so, and I'm looking forward to it.
You know what it's more, though? Whenever someone gets added to this, I'm like, they're also with The Rock.
I know, and Jason Statham. Man. Can you imagine a fight scene?
I can take or leave Jason Statham.
Yeah, well, especially now with his recent... Well, even The Rock's recent career shit is just like, what are you doing, man? Some of it's good, some of it's not good. But not horrible.
But that's what I'm saying is The Rock, even though he's a super nice guy and everyone thinks he's chill, because he is, it's like, wow, now he's going to be in something good? And all these other people are going to be in it? Neat.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be directed by David Leitch.
Wow. Again, this just keeps getting better and better.
This movie's calling my name.
It really is. It's calling my name, too. And also, I feel the void of, what's it called?
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious' regular series, because it's like...
We didn't get one this year, did we?
Yeah, dude. And what month they usually come out? April. You know it was a weak month? April.
Yeah. It would have been great for Infinity War to come out then.
Also, while on that subject, you know what month A Prayer Before Dawn was supposed to come out in? April.
Oh, fuck.
So, yeah, there's just a lot of talk about April.
Yes, I missed that last April, but
yeah,
I was there in spirit. Anyway, moving on from this, which is a great news story, we move to a sad news story. Alex, would you like to take this one?
Where do I start with this? Okay, so I don't know if we mentioned this before, but for those of you who like the Chucky series, Child's Play, with Chucky, the titular killer doll, I think we mentioned it on here a couple times that they're working on a 8-part TV series, which would be directed by Don Mancini, the writer and creator of the series. But now we're getting news that at the same time that this is being developed over with Universal, there's a remake in the works back with MGM.
Yeah.
And I know what you're thinking, how the hell is this possible? But apparently, there's some weird thing in the rights where it's like, oh, MGM owns the theater distribution, but Universal owns the home distribution and streaming service, or some ridiculous, kind of loophole-ish, nonsensical
BS.
Read the fine print shit.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening is there's the TV series, and now we have a remake, just a regular feature film remake in the works at MGM. And do you have the log line up?
I have. Well, I know
it's not log line, but it's sort of like clues people into what it is.
Well, I have the Slash Film article up, but I don't know if I see a log line here.
It was like something about Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah. Stranger Things inspired. Kids find a technologically advanced doll type
like
deal.
Small Soldiers, I guess, but with Chucky.
Yeah, and it's going to be directed by this guy, Lars Klevberg, who directed the still as of yet to be released horror flick Polaroid.
Oh my God, that's the one you showed me the trailer for, and I'm like, Jesus, this is like everything wrong with modern horror movies.
I mean, they've been trying to get it released since like last October, and it's still not out. Not even January can house this picture.
Well, And as we all know, friends and neighbors at home, January is typically where studios put movies they have no faith in or think are going to suck balls and make no money.
So what the hell does that say about about this one?
Just imagine they're like, the execs like finish screening it like at the studio, like, this isn't even good enough for January. The director just like lunges at them. You take that back. You take that back right now.
Oh my God, it sucks, man. I've never been as big of a fan of Child's Play as you are, but I know this must hurt.
Oh, this pisses me off because it's like, this is like, can we stop this shit? Mm-hmm. Like, we literally have someone already working on a continuation of the regular series. And like, you know what? Fuck you. We're gonna make our own at the same time.
What a weird move from MGM.
See, that's what I don't get. It's like, is this for real? Mm-hmm. Because they're both in the early stages, as far as I know.
Very early.
Well, I think the TV show might be a little further along.
Well, I heard that they wanted to shoot this movie like very early next year.
Oh yeah,
or maybe even later this year. I don't know.
Oh no! So it could beat the series.
Oh man, here we go. We got ourselves a race.
Yeah, the race is on, everyone. You know, we'll continue this as a recurring segment. The race is on. Who will out Chucky who?
Oh boy.
But as you all know, I think it'd be better if we just had the TV series. Oh, right. And the other part that's kind of hilarious is Don Mancini and David Kirshner were offered executive producer credits, but they declined.
Interesting. By the way, I think that's the first time I've ever heard you in favor of a TV show over a movie.
You know what? First time for everything.
There sure is. But moving on from that, if you're done talking about Chucky, are you good? You got everything out?
I suppose.
Okay. Well, we've got a little...
I could rage for hours about this, but I'll stop.
That's okay. We've got a little bit of a less frustrating story for you here. The Birds of Prey movie that is reportedly going to be shooting next year, like January-ish. It's going to shoot in L.A. It may or may not be including Barbara Gordon.
Okay, I thought you said this is supposed to be less frustrating.
I know. I was being ironical.
Aha, I see.
Yes.
Well, this is one of those things where it's like, I'm like still convinced that it's like, you know what? I don't believe you. You're a liar.
Yeah.
It's not happening. It's like, I literally don't believe you until there's pictures on set.
Yeah. Or a trailer?
No, I don't believe you until I see a trailer.
Hey, we talked about it last week. I still don't believe that Venom movie's happening. I think it's all a big joke.
I told you, it's 2 hours looped of the thieves in Canada with the one girl falling through the roof.
Oh, man. But this, I don't know what to say about this. This is an interesting development if it's true. I've heard so many different goddamn things about this movie.
That's what
I don't know
saying.
what to believe.
Well, it's like nothing has been really... I feel like there's so much rumor mill gossip going on, but there's not a lot of... This person is actually cast.
Yeah.
Sign the fucking papers for this role.
The only thing I think that we've heard of that we know for sure is that Kathy Ann is directing.
Right.
It's being written by Christina Hodson, who wrote giving a little bit more information. Kathy Ann directed a movie called Dead Pigs. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. Looks dumb though.
Yeah. Christina Hodson wrote Unforgettable. Is that the Rosario Dawson?
It was something. Was that the one with Katherine Heigl too?
Yeah. And then Shut In, both of which are not good movies.
Yeah.
And then this is going to star Margot Robbie, who we all know and mostly love. That's it. And that it probably will be shooting in January in Atlanta-ish area.
So what I want to know, and why the casting is important, is Birds of Prey is a very specific team in the comics.
Yeah.
It's made up of these 3 characters. God damn it, not Nightwing. Huntress, Black Canary, and of course, in one form or another, Barbara Gordon is either Oracle
or
Batgirl. So I'm wondering, like, if this fast and loose with team names, because they did that with Defenders, because the Defenders lineup in the comic is very different. Mm-hmm. Avengers, it's mostly the same.
Yeah.
But, like, they play fast and loose with team names a lot.
Even the Justice League is, like, mostly the same if we're talking DCEU in the film. Like, it's Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Flash. Cyborg is that's like a new 52-ish edition.
Right.
There's no Green Lantern, but still, the core is there. The Trinity's there and stuff.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So to not include some of these characters would be kind of ridiculous to call it that. And I wonder if it's really just like a a Gotham City Sirens movie.
See, that's what I was thinking, and that's what I was going to ask. Is like, okay,
Gotham City Sirens, of course, comprises of Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn.
Which would also be a good movie. It's just
Right.
that, like, don't sell me a Birds of Prey movie then. Just say Gotham City Sirens, because I know what that is.
Exactly. And it's like, that's the other thing. It's like, it's not like the team name really matters as a selling point to, like, the general audience. Mm-hmm. So why not? I don't know. It's just like, why not just use the correct term?
I see, when I originally heard this story, or when I originally heard this idea for a movie, I originally thought it was going to be a Gotham City Sirens versus Birds of Prey movie, which is like, that's fine. I think that's a good idea for a movie. There's a movie there. Now they're just like, well, Harley Quinn's a part of the Birds of Prey, and I'm like, no,
she never has.
She's
been.
not.
She literally never has been.
And they're like, Barbara Gordon's not going to be in the Birds of Prey this time. I'm like, then who the fuck is?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What is this? What's going on, man? Like, I'm just very confused. Like, I don't mean to poo-poo the movie. I'd love to see it. I want it to be good, but I don't know I don't know what they're going for here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want this to be good, but it's like, it's kind of crazy the amount of shit that's been kind of passing in and out, and we haven't gotten any sort of concrete information.
We're living in a world right now where the Joaquin Phoenix standalone, not associated with the DCEU Joker movie, is more finite and understandable than the Birds of Prey movie, which is so fucking weird. By the way, that movie has like 6 different people like involved with it that have nothing to do with each other. Like Todd Phillips, Martin Scorsese. It's like, what the fuck is this, man?
It's a weird world.
It sure is.
So apparently that movie is, apparently straight from the horse's mouth.
It's happening.
Yeah, that's apparently, that is legit. Margot Robbie did say it is supposed to be filming January of next year.
So, I mean, I guess
what the hell this movie ends up being or what it's called,
we'll have to wait and see.
Who knows? Will it just become another long lost, like mystery? Like, what's it called?
A lot of the other DCU projects, the fucking Blue Beetle.
I'm talking about the mother of all of them.
Oh,
will it
Silver
become
and Black?
another Silver and Black?
Oh, God.
The mystery among mysteries?
Yeah, man. I hope not.
It could be, but I don't know. We'll probably never know. In fact, I think this movie might not happen. I want it to, but it might not. We'll find out, though. You know what? Jury's out January 2019.
Wait and see.
Wait and see. All right, so enough of that. Moving on, we've got a little bit of actual sad news, not like the mock,
Yeah.
like we're just bitching about something. This is just unfortunate. Steve Ditko passed away. Man was 90 years old, and he was famously known for co-creating Spider-Man, creating Doctor Strange, and a number of other characters.
Yeah, man. This sucks. Yeah. Well, it affected me personally because, like, I grew up reading the Spider-Man Essentials Omnibuy, the black and white, like, collection volumes of all the comics, Amazing Spider-Man comics, from 1 to fucking into perpetuity. And, man, I was there right with Steve Ditko and fucking Stan Lee, like, from the beginning. And, yeah, this sucks. He was 90. He lived a full life. But, it's never really good to hear a, foremost creator in comicdom passing. I mean, it just blows.
I was going to say, he's one of the 3 guys, early in my reading of comics that really got me into it. It was basically anything by Stan Lee, Jack Kirby.
Oh, yeah.
That team up. And, of course, there was Steve Ditko. Because I also read the Spider-Man Essentials, and I watched a documentary about him. It's really good. I suggest if anyone would like to learn more about Steve Ditko, you seek it out. I believe it was on BBC from about 2007. It just talked about how he was so expressive in each panel.
Yeah, man. And he's super instrumental, and give Stan Lee as much credit as I can. He's a master of his craft. But Steve Ditko, I mean, the artists, you got to give them as much credit in creating the character as the writer. One of the big ones is, I mean, Steve Ditko obviously got the credit with Stan Lee, and it was all well and good. But the big one that I always go back to is the Bob Kane, Bill Finger, like, controversy, and how like, Bill Finger was, like, arguably more instrumental in creating Batman than Bob Kane was, and he doesn't get any credit. And that kind of blows. But yeah, this sucks to see him go, and he was really instrumental in my growing up, in drawing the first iteration of my favorite Marvel Comics character. I mean, that's a big deal, and he'll be missed.
He certainly will be missed, and he has a great legacy that he's left behind. All right, so moving on. So we've got some news about Star Wars Episode 9.
We do.
Billy D. Williams is set to return as Lando Calrissian in Episode 9. I have 2 words to say about this. Too late.
Yeah. There's Are they going to kill him? Is that the only reason why? There's like... I get the whole, what's the Kylo Ren line?
Kill it.
Kill it if you have to. The past or whatever the fuck. Is that what we're doing? We're killing everybody?
No. Leave the past behind.
Yeah.
Kill it if you have to. Kill it if you have to.
Kill it if you have to. You're nothing.
I kind of want it to be like, hey, so where's Leia and Chewie and Han at?
Han.
Ha. No, but it's like, so where's Han and Chewie at? It's like, they're dead. Oh, well, fuck this. Or even better, he's like, so what you're saying is the Falcon's mine again.
Yeah, oh, man.
That's Episode 9. Is just like he steals it and Rey's like, not on my watch. Then she gets in like some shittier ship, and then it's just that's Episode 9. It's nothing to do with like
he's a villain again.
Yeah.
All of a sudden he jumps in the Falcon, and it's like he walks into the Falcon, and it's like cut to Lando in the fucking booth, or the what do you call it, the cockpit, and he's wearing Han's vest again, like he did at the end of Empire. And you're like, what the fuck? This guy's got an obsession with wearing Han's clothes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I don't think either one of us is super excited for 9.
I just don't know what it means. As soon as I see this, just because of the repeated patterns I've seen, it probably means he's going to get killed. That's just my guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like, well, you could have brought him back in 7 or 8, but whatever. So that's that. It doesn't sound like we really give a shit. Anyway, moving on. There's a trailer out for a movie that I think premiered at a couple film fests last year. Mm-hmm. But there's a movie coming out, I think, this year to DirecTV first and then to theaters.
Yes.
It's a movie called A Crooked Somebody.
Yes.
And the plot is actually pretty interesting.
It sure is. I remember you showed me this trailer. You were with me, technically, when you showed me this trailer. And, like, I had the biggest fucking smile on my face because, like, as I was watching it, I had that horrible sensation as a writer. I'm just like, God damn it, I wish I fucking thought of this. And it's about, like, as the people, the critics would call them, a grief vampire. It's one of those psychic people, the mediums, and he's fake. He's like admittedly fake, and
John Edwards.
Yeah, like John Edwards or Teresa Caputo or whatever. And what happens is he's at a reading, and while he's at a reading and he's reaching out to the audience members, he mentions a name that catches the ears of one of the audience members who's a murderer, and it's one of the names of the victims that the murderers killed, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah.
And the dude takes him hostage. The murderer takes the psychic hostage and is like, how do you know that I killed such and such? And the guy's like, dude, no, it was a fucking coincidence. Like, what are you talking about? But then what happens is they kind of form a weird, like, what do you call it? Like, symbiotic relationship where, like, the psychic is, like, leading police to, like, all of the killer's murders because he obviously is close to the killer now, and he, like, the killer's, like, confessing shit to him. It's an interesting trailer. You should check it out. God damn it, the premise for this got me. I'm like, that's a fucking movie, man. Like, that sounds interesting. It's like this grimy-ass, seedy-ass, morality, like, gray.
See, that's the thing that appealed most to me is it's kind of like a cautionary tale exploring the danger of bullshit artists.
Yeah, man.
And that's such a modern... I feel like that's... Well, there's always been, like, traveling road show, like snake and oil salesmen and like that kind of stuff. But it's crazy that the modern version of that, it seems so out of control. Yeah. And this is kind of a cool movie that looks like it's going to tackle that issue in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah. I think it's really interesting. It comes from a director who's not really that prolific. His name is Trevor White. This guy's actually one of the producers of Ingrid Goes West, which is really, really good.
Oh, yeah. I've been meaning to see that.
Yeah, man, it's good. So I don't know if that means anything, but I thought it was an interesting little tidbit about him.
Well, yeah. If anyone hasn't heard of Ingrid Goes West, you should check out the trailer for that one as well.
And maybe just check out the movie, too. That movie it's a little weird and a little goofy, but good stuff.
Yeah, I've been meaning to see it, but I haven't gotten around to it just yet. All right, so moving on, we've got Winston Duke is set to star in the Kimbo Slice biopic. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I kind of love this idea. Just because I think that M'Baku is like, fucking, I've seen so many people be like, Domino should get her own movie and shit, and like, fucking Shuri should get her own movie. And it's like, can M'Baku get his own movie? Because that dude is...
Apparently people are just like...
God damn it.
Forgot about M'Baku.
That dude is fucking great. He's, and I've only seen him in 2 things, and both of them are the same character. And he's fucking great. He's got a huge presence, and I get the casting as Kimbo Slice. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anyone off the top of my head, except rest his soul.
Yeah, man.
What's his name?
Michael Clark Duncan.
Michael Clark Duncan, yeah. But I think this is pretty perfect casting. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Although the only problem I think this movie might run into is it's like, I think the stuff about his life will be cool. Mm-hmm. Like the dramatic moments and like learning his life story, his bio, if you will.
Yes.
However, I really think the coolest part of the movie will probably be the fights, but it's like you can just go on YouTube and watch all his street fights.
Yeah, that's true. I'm interested to... I mean, the choreography is going to be key in this thing.
Yeah, I think it's got to be the... Well, that's the only way they're going to do it. They got to make it, like, real life, only better. With the music, with the angles, with the lighting and all that.
Right.
So there's a chance for it to be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm hoping it is.
It'll be cool, too, because it's like he was a street fighter, and he did eventually fight a few times in MMA.
Yeah, and I'm wondering how in-depth they're going to go into his life. Like his upbringing or like any of that. I don't know. I know it's the script's written by the same guy who wrote White Boy Rick.
Yeah.
Which, if that movie's any good, that could be a good indication as to how good this movie will be.
Yeah. Well, actually, when I heard that was one of those things where I'm like, I'm not sure about this movie. Mm-hmm. I think it could be cool, but I think my one concern remains. But with this guy writing the script, I think that helps its case a lot.
I think so too.
So that's gonna be happening pretty soon. Is that when is that out? Or they haven't even started production, have they?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they have a director officially attached yet. There's one guy that's been attached for a while that hasn't dropped out, but I don't know if he's still like on.
Okay, whatever. Just be on the lookout for that, because we got Winston Duke in the lead role, and I'm A-okay with that. Moving along, we've got a small update on the Fox Disney saga. One of the major shareholders, Robert Weiss, is suing Fox in order to stop the deal from going through. It has something to do with the fact that he said that they are not accurately portraying their, profit margins?
Something like that.
Some financy bullshit. But the point is, this guy's trying to stop the deal. So go Robert Weiss, go.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is probably the first time a mention of a lawsuit has ever made me smile.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you know what? You go. This shouldn't happen.
Go, lawsuit, go.
Yes.
All right, so there's that. And then we've got Legendary Pictures is going to produce a Gundam movie. Mm-hmm. Gundam, of course, the gigantic robot.
Anime,
yes.
Oh, yeah. I am not necessarily familiar with the property. I mean, it's been on in the background while I've, like, worked at night on with Toonami on.
Yeah.
But I've never, looked at it and been like, ugh, and changed the channel. Like, I've always left it on because it's, like, visually interesting. I'm always, come on, big robots fighting each other. Let's go. Like, I'm fucking there for that if it's good, of course.
Let me just point one thing out. I'm the same way. I barely know anything about Gundam. I've seen a handful of, episodes here and there from various Gundam series. Mm-hmm. But Gundams just look badass. They really look way cooler than majority of giant robots.
Would you call it better Voltron?
Yeah, basically.
I kind of would too. I mean,
actually, no, because Voltron's
but...
all about like the pieces make a big thing. This is like one person in a suit.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Controls the gigantic robot.
Yeah, I was a fan of Voltron, but this, I mean, from what I've heard and even seen, you're right. I mean, I think the designs of the giant robots are better.
Yeah, because they have like the interesting like
polygon
crowns and spikes and swords and all that good stuff.
It's kind of unmistakable.
Yeah, that's the thing is like Gundam, like even though we don't know jack shit about it, we're like excited about it anyway because we're like, this looks cool. So it probably could be a cool movie.
I'm hoping so. And I if there, as far as production companies go, I would say Legendary Pictures is one of the ones that I trust.
Legendary, which is responsible for...
they made Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. But they've recently been responsible for some of the MonsterVerse stuff. I know you didn't like King Kong, the newest one.
Not a fan.
But Godzilla is rad.
Godzilla I liked a lot, actually.
Yeah, so they've been... they've had a better track record than other production companies have recently, in my book at least. So I'm hoping
as long as they don't make the Gundams have tiny heads.
Yeah, Jesus.
Because like that's one thing I'll level with people. The Godzilla design, like his head looked a little weird.
And his tail was quite big.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping this property pans out for them and we maybe get a Gundam movie here in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. All right, so moving along, we've got Spawn. Apparently that movie, I don't know if we've talked about that on here at all, but guys, remember that comic from the 90s, Spawn? No? All right, do you remember that movie from the 90s?
Yes.
Kind of. Okay, well, they're doing it again. This time the director is the guy who wrote the comics.
Yes.
He's never directed a movie in his life.
That's also true.
But he's a multimillionaire, so,
It's gonna star Jamie Foxx.
Which I'm fine with, except, well, Jamie Foxx's performances, while most of them are great, he's not capable of saving a bad movie just by himself. Yeah. Such as evident as Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that is true. But this movie is happening, and Jeremy Renner has been added to the cast along with Jamie Foxx, who was added earlier.
Jamie Foxx, of course, is playing Agent Al Simmons.
Yes.
Who, of course, becomes Spawn.
Yes.
And then, who's Jeremy Renner playing?
He's playing, he's playing Detective Twitch Williams, who is he's like a detective, right? He's like solving some of the murders. Spawn. Yeah, because I'm not really familiar with the lore.
I'm not super familiar either. I know it's a bunch of like heaven and hell demon kind of shit.
Right.
And that's mostly stuff I know because of the 90s movie, starring Michael J. White.
Oh, yeah, it's great. And John Leguizamo.
Yeah. It's a good time. Not really, but sort of.
Not really. It sucks, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's a good turd.
Yes.
There's a few of them out there. So, yeah, I don't know. You think this movie's going to be good? Because didn't it have like a super small budget, they said? Something like 10 million?
Yeah, it was like 10 or 20 million. I don't know. That scares me. I don't want shitty CGI in this again. I don't want 90s era CGI because that's all they can afford.
I don't know. I'm still sort of amazed this is happening.
Yeah, it's weird that... It's weird not only that it's happening, but that it's acquiring the attention that it's getting. Like if Todd McFarlane was making it and like Michael J. White starred in it again, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense because like those are the kind of movies he makes. Like Michael J. White or J. White, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah,
he makes a lot of like smaller stuff, like direct to DVD stuff that are like is very fighting based or whatever. But like the Academy Award winning Jamie Foxx and the Academy Award nominated Jeremy Renner, like those are two big pulls. And I don't know if this guy pitched the movie to them and sold them. I don't know. Or if the script is damn good. I don't know. I'm just kind of shocked all around that this movie's happening at all and the way it's happening.
I mean, conventional wisdom would tell me it's going to suck ding dong based on all of the information I've received so far.
Right.
The casting doesn't really seem like it's going to save it.
Yeah, I hope it does, but I don't know.
You know what? I'd love to be proved wrong.
Oh yeah, I'd love to get our first like good actual Spawn movie.
That'd be amazing. I'd love it, but it's probably not going to happen based on the information because they said Spawn's hardly going to be in it.
Oh man.
And that's going to be like he's a horror boogeyman.
Oh Jesus, this sounds like it's going to be Death Note.
Oh, you know what? Could be.
Like, I remember when I heard the casting.
What if that happens? What if this ends up on Netflix?
Oh, fuck. Then I'll really be we'll be really in trouble.
Did I just speak this into existence?
Oh, God.
Stay tuned to find out later.
Oh, poo.
But, yeah, so Spawn's happening. You know what? Fuck it. Who cares? It's going to suck. Okay, moving on. Anyway.
Something that hopefully won't suck.
Yeah, we'll end on a positive note since we've been spewing a lot of bile today.
Yes, we got some more casting news.
Yeah, got Jaimin Hansu cast as the Wizard in Shazam.
Yeah.
How about that?
Interesting. We got Jaimin Hansu going to be in 2 Captain Marvel movies that are not related to each other at all. Get it?
Oh, yeah, so for people who aren't as big as nerds as we are, the comic Shazam actually stars the character Captain Marvel.
Yes.
But over the years, it's kind of been used interchangeably for this one character, who, for the sake of argument, we're going to call him Shazam.
Yeah, and that's what everybody's been calling him pretty much ever since Marvel's Captain Marvel caught fire, just to keep things simple.
Right, and to make things more annoying and complicated, there's several Captain Marvels, but the one in the movie coming out is Carol Danvers.
Yes.
Who used to be called Miss Marvel.
Yes. And
then before that, Warbird, or after that, I don't know. Never mind. We're just
comics, guys.
Yeah, nerd stuff. We're just going to shut the hell up now. Point is, there's like 2 Captain Marvels, technically speaking.
Yes.
But... Jesus Christ! Never mind. just shut up.
That was a long walk off a short pier of a joke.
Yeah, it was not funny or good.
Right, but it's interesting that that's how that's panning out.
Yeah, no, but that is true technically, which is weird.
Yes, and Jaimin Hansu is a part of both projects.
Oh, I like to be more annoying. The Wizard is actually technically named Shazam, isn't he?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I think so. Because he bestows the. I don't know.
I don't know
the lore that well either, but I think I know he bestows the powers of
power of the Wizard Shazam or something.
Well, the power I know Shazam is an acronym. It's like the something of I don't know what the S stands for. I think it's something. But then it's like Hercules, Ares, or
like
Zeus.
The strength of Hercules.
Yeah, something of you know what I mean. Like. It's an acronym, people. The this of that. The speed of Mercury is the last one, and then the exclamation point for fun.
Yeah.
But I feel this casting. I like it a lot. I mean, fuck, Jaimin Hansu was at one point, he was a fucking big deal. Remember the early 2000s when he was in Gladiator, and then he was in Blood Diamond and fucking Never Back Down.
Man, he was I keep saying this, and I'll keep saying this for a long time. Jaimin Hansu was the best part of Never Back Down.
Yeah?
I believed him as the sad instructor who was trying to make a better life for himself.
Yeah, man. He was also in Constantine. It's interesting. I think this is probably the 4th or 5th comic book movie he's been in. Because he's in Constantine, he was in Guardians, he's going to be in Captain Marvel, and he's going to be in this. That's fucking 4. What a career.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
But yeah, I like the casting.
She's just silently killing it.
Yeah, man. Hopefully he comes back from that weird movie, that weird Christian movie he made.
Oh, God.
The Pure Flix one. I don't know what it was. Greg Kinnear's in it.
Was it the same kind of different as me or
yeah,
something?
Yeah, a really convolutedly, grammatically incorrect title.
Something like, I see you looking at me, looking at you, looking at me, or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we get stuck in more unfunny Abbott and Costello routines.
Yes.
Though, full disclosure, Who's On First is great.
It is great.
But anyway, while on the subject of Shazam, also we got the first look at Shazam, or whatever the fuck they're calling him in Jesus Christ.
Billy Batson.
Billy Batson.
Yes.
In full costume.
Yes. What'd you think?
Looks good, man. I'd be hard pressed for even the trolliest of internet trolls to really find fault with this costume.
Oh, I've seen it already.
Because the director said he's kind of going for the Golden Age look.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of perfect for this character. And I imagine this will be, if I'm just going to take a whack at it, I'd imagine this movie will be like the first Guardians, where it's almost a full comedy.
I would love that, actually, because I think the casting is pretty on point for that kind of movie. Zachary Levi's a funny dude. Jack Dylan Grazer, who's also in the picture with him, sipping on some Coke, is also very funny. He's great in it as Eddie.
Yeah.
And I hope this. I mean, man, I just want a different superhero movie every now and then, and I'm hoping this is going to be the one.
I feel like this actually also has a better chance to really be a good comedy too, though, because I feel like all the jokes in Justice League are like, say something funny.
Yeah.
something quip. Doopity doop doop. And like, I hate saying this, but Marvel has been kind of doing that a little bit lately.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially with...
Like, what was it? Honestly, like, Doctor Strange's humor fucking was so bad.
Well,
like, I'm Doctor Strange. I'm really, I'm just sort of a jerk. I'm gonna reference music. Beyonce. Get it? It's pop culture. Beyonce.
Yeah.
It's like, shut up. Like, just shut the fuck up. You're not funny. Fuck off.
Which is so weird because, like, when Marvel's, like, funny, god damn it, are they? Like, Thor Ragnarok is hilarious. But like then for every Thor Ragnarok, you'll have a "what are those" joke in Black Panther where you're just like, why?
It's like not funny, and it's like the worst. You know what the worst is, and I respect the attempt when you give the full blown effort and then the reaction's flat. Mm-hmm. Like the "what are those?" It's like, eh.
I like the what was it? Don't record that. What was it? Delete that video.
Yeah.
He falls over. I like that better. But,
yeah, see, that was funnier.
Yeah. God.
Because it wasn't so, like, ham-fisted.
Yes. Where the fuck did we go? Oh, Shazam.
Jesus Christ. We got way off topic. Yes,
that's okay.
Shazam. Shazam is happening. The picture looks good.
I like the costume.
I don't really see how you can find much fault in this.
No, I've seen a couple of trolls where they're like, really, DC? Fake muscles? And I'm like, all right. So? Okay, I mean...
Welcome to making movies. Where have you been?
Yeah. Sorry that it's impossible to make a fucking human being look like that unless they're like, on roids or, bodybuilders. Exactly. Sorry that Schwarzenegger's like 70 now, guys. I'm sorry. He can't play every superhero.
Right. It's like, I don't know. I can't really find much fault in it, and I'm hoping this movie will be real good. Mm-hmm. You know what? Maybe this will start a new trend. When DC says they're going to make something, they actually will.
Well, shit. I mean, the movie's done shooting, I think, or almost.
I think it's... I don't know. I think it's real close to being done shooting if it's not already. Mm-hmm. The point is, imagine this if you could. So... They announce a movie. Mm-hmm. They decide to make it. Mm-hmm. But not only that, it turns out to be watchable and good. Imagine that. All right, I'm being a little harsh. Some of the DC movies are all right.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, it'd be nice to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get some of those projects, specifically like the more obscure ones. Like, I want that, what's the guy's name? Gareth Evans fucking Deathstroke movie, man, but that's never gonna happen.
That's never gonna happen because I feel like he'd make Raid 3 first.
Probably.
Wait, hold on. Which one is which?
Which one? Oh.
Wait, director of Godzilla is...
Edwards.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, yes. So, like I said, I think he'd probably make Raid 3. And frankly, I'd rather see Raid 3 if someone's like, well, you only get one. I'm like, fuck it, Raid 3.
Yeah, I'm there too, I think.
All right, so I guess that does it for the news. Listeners at home, friends and neighbors and such, do you got anything to say? Any of these news stories interest you?
Check out the Crooked Somebody trailer. Let us know what you think. Does it look good?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Or don't. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So seriously, though, if you got anything in the news that interests you, be sure to let us know in the comments section. Mm-hmm. That was a laser sound, which you can also talk about in the comments section. What's your favorite movie with a laser? Do you have a favorite character who fired a laser? Maybe from a laser gun. Let us know in the comments section. That was a bunch of sheep sounds. Do you have a favorite sheep in a movie? Is that really the correct way to say it? Sheeps, whatever, fuck it.
Flock of sheep? Did you guys got a favorite flock of sheep? Any Babe fans out there? No? Ba ram you, sheep be true? Anybody?
Well, if you are, let us know in the comments section. And that was a splash sound effect. What's your favorite movie scene with a splash in it? Have you ever seen the movie Splash? I haven't seen Splash. Have you?
You ever seen that scene from The Little Giants where Kevin O'Shea, Ed O'Neill's character, falls into the pool while trying to tackle that tackling dummy? It's a good scene.
Yeah. Tell us about it in the comments section. That was the sound of a gymnast doing a flip while catching a boomerang.
Do you guys remember that green ketchup that Burger King had for that Shrek movie? Let us know in the comment section. Now we move on to the review portion of our podcast. Alex, there's a big movie out this weekend. Did you see this newfangled Marvel thing that happened?
I believe it was called The Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yes, that was it. Did you catch it?
Yes, indeed.
All right.
So for once, we both caught the same movie, this
Yes.
time and again being The Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Directed by Peyton Reed, did the first one.
And he's done some other stuff.
Yes,
Doesn't
Man,
matter.
a couple
Yeah.
other stuff, but
Point is, he's the guy who directed this feature film.
he's the guy. What was your thoughts on the first one, I guess, just to give people some context?
To give people some context, the first one I saw in theaters, I thought it was okay. I didn't really have super high hopes for it. Mm-hmm. And I think the main problem it had was it starts really slow.
Yeah.
It's about like 45 minutes where he's not even the Ant-Man yet. And I get that it's an origin movie, but it took a little too long to finally get into the action. But it's still pretty solid. I think I'd end up giving it either like between like a 3.5, maybe a 4.
Yeah, I'm kind of there too with the first one. I like the first one. It's not one of my favorite Marvel films in general, but I do like it. I think it's a very fun movie. I think Paul Rudd works as an action star. I know that was something a lot of us were worried about going into the Ant-Man movie, the first one. And no, I think he sells it extremely well. Like, the dude works as an action star, and he's very good. I like the first one.
All right, so now let's talk about the movie we just recently saw, which would be the sequel.
The sequel.
So to start off, we're going to do some non-spoiler, move to spoiler eventually. And as expected, this movie was a much-needed break from the interwoven mega story that is the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
Because I get that it's fun to, have nods and Easter eggs, which there are plenty if you look hard enough. But what I mean is the ones where it's like, that's building this movie for sure. Or like, oh, this person's cameoing or whatever.
Right.
It was just nice to have a more, bare bones, back to the basics superhero movie.
Yeah, and I think that model of kind of bookending the big plot-driven, uber story movie of Avengers Infinity War with two kind of like standalone-ish movies, I think it worked pretty well for Marvel. Like to lead in with Black Panther, give us the real meat of the year with fucking Infinity War, and then give us this palate cleanser that was Ant-Man and the Wasp. I thought it was a smart move on their part, scheduling-wise.
Right, and also, speaking of scheduling-wise, as this, I guess, sort of, not really a spoiler, but take it as you will. So, as anyone who's seen the Infinity War knows, it ended on a, how do I put this, rather glum note.
Right.
Or at least for a Marvel movie, it was a bit downery.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's still a fun movie, but it's like, it's about as dark as the MCU has gotten, really.
Right.
So this was much more lighthearted.
For the most part.
For the most part, I would say, and it was I would say very welcomed.
Yeah, I'd say so too. I was shocked with how funny this movie was. Like, I don't want to say it's like, wow, this is the funniest movie I've seen since Thor Ragnarok, because like that's not really saying much, because Thor Ragnarok is only 2 movies ago.
Yeah.
But for me, it's saying a lot, because I thought Thor Ragnarok was hilarious.
Right.
And this movie, for me, I thought it came close. Like, it's pretty goddamn funny.
Yeah, there's some pretty good comedic moments.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly, I'll save it for spoilers.
Right.
But there's a moment with Stan Lee. I mean, that's not really a spoiler. He's in everything. So his line, which we'll get into in spoilers, but it was pretty damn great.
Not the best cameo in the movie, though, which we'll also discuss in spoilers.
Yeah. It's interesting you mentioned the comedy, because I thought this whole cast had really good chemistry.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them. Like what was it?
The friend, like Ant-Man and his buds, like Michael Pena and like
that's the other
T.I.
thing. Can we just talk about how great Michael Pena has been in this whole series?
He is like the MVP of this movie for me. Like, every scene he's in, I'm like, oh man, what's he gonna say? Like, the guy's comedic timing is he's just really fucking good. And like, it says a lot because like I've seen the dude do serious shit too, and he can fucking do it. Like Fury and like End of Watch, like the guy can bring it. But like, man, he's so fucking funny in this. A lot of good shit.
He kills it, and I think there's a scene in particular. Again, well, god damn it, it's so fucking hard to talk about this movie without spoilers. So we'll move on from that. I also thought Hope's character was vastly improved.
Yeah, she gets a little bit more development in this.
Well, she gets more to do because, like, in the first one, she's just sort of like, I'm a wet blanket, and I have
to watch.
Yeah, I have a haircut like a divorced parent in a 90s children's film.
You know what's weird you mentioned that because my mind immediately goes to the Santa Claus.
That's what I was. That's directly what I was.
That is
talking.
the exact that reference smacked me right across the face.
But is that not the best way to describe haircut? It's just like
it is.
Can you like? Because like, there's part of me. It's like, God, you're being so downery and annoying. But it's like, I get it though because
she
Hank's
wants to play, but
Hank's
like, can't.
But I can't let you go yet.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, why not?
I get that. I get the angst.
Yeah, so she finally gets to let loose, and she was a big part of this. And she made it work really, really well.
She's half the title.
Yeah, she's half the title, man.
She earns that half.
That's right. So what else do we got for non-spoilers? You got any notes?
As far as the action goes, I thought I like the action a lot. I think it's very well composed. There's a fight scene. Well, it's not a spoiler. There's a fight scene involving Hope as the Wasp. She's beating up some baddies in a kitchen. We see it in the trailers. It's a great fight scene. It's actually a lot longer than I thought it would be. It actually kind of like starts somewhere else and then bleeds into the kitchen. But that's a great scene. There's a car chase that's also in the trailer. I won't say where it is yet.
Yeah.
But it's also very good. I will say I was a little let down with how much of the action they showed in the trailers.
Yeah, I was going to say, the one thing that this movie's trailer did, which is similar to a comedy showing all the jokes, it showed most of the coolest action moments. And while they weren't necessarily plot spoilers, like major plot points, it is irritating when it's like, oh, like the parts are supposed to, remember how cool that was? It's like, yeah, no shit, I already saw it like a month ago.
And this is a problem that the first Ant-Man had, remember? They spoiled the Falcon cameo in the TV spots.
Well, I didn't watch the TV spots for that very reason.
Ah, man, I got gypped on that one. I got gyped, as they say.
Yeah, no,
God.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's kind of annoying. It's like, I hate how that happens is if there's something that's shown, or basically like, I feel like most movies, and especially like Marvel and like, larger like blockbusters have that tendency where if, how do I put this? It's like, if it wasn't in the trailer, then whatever like scene you think might happen, it definitely won't be there.
Yeah.
It's sort of like what you see is what you get. It's like you get a major scene from basically every set.
Right.
Or every scene. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
Right.
Like you get basically the entire movie just in the small chunks. Not like you get some parts from,
It's not like the Christopher Nolan trailer where it's like, we'll show you a lot of the first act, a little bit of the second act, and nothing from the third act in the trailers.
Right, exactly. Like that's the problem with trailers now is like they give you a little piece of the entire movie.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I had to, which as a general note, like the trailers give away a lot. Like not just the action, like there are certain story beats. A fucking entire, pretty much post-credit scene is given away in one of these trailers.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, I'll bring that up in the spoiler section. But one of them is shown in the trailer. There's another huge scene or like thing that's shown in one of the trailers and it's just a little shot, but I noticed it and it kind of severely, hampered my experience watching the movie a little bit, and that sucks because like you don't have to show me everything in this. Well, I'm gonna see it.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like I think let's say there was like 5 major action scenes. They show you the best part of each one of those 5 action scenes in this trailer.
Yeah.
So do you get that's what I'm saying. It's like if there's 5 scenes of action, those are the only scenes of action, like in a trailer. I'm saying.
Yeah, they pretty much.
It's not, again, to your point. It's not like Nolan where it's like. There'll be 3 or 4 scenes of action, but really there's 6. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It felt like they gave away a little bit of everything.
That was, so that kind of annoyed me. And also, similar to Ghost in the Shell, which, again, I think this was better than Ghost in the Shell. It had a similar problem, though. It's like the action scenes were awesome for what they were, but I wanted them to be just a little longer.
Yeah. I think I felt like they were appropriate length. I felt like there just should be more. You know, like we really had like the two big action scenes, I thought, which were like the car chase and the Hope Van Dyne fight.
Right.
And like that was it. Like those are the only two that I really remember like anything from. Like everything else was either like a small scuffle or like
that's
whatever.
what I mean. The small scuffles. You're like, oh, is this going to be like a full blown like fight? And it's like, no, just a small scuffle. Yeah. And we'll get into that in spoilers in just a little bit. Just have a couple more notes here. Let's talk about Ghost. Just in generalities, Ghost was the real deal. I enjoyed Ghost quite a bit.
Yeah, I liked her. I don't have any problems with her really. Well, I can't talk about it without spoiling shit.
Well, see that okay. Like plot wise, maybe she wasn't all that perfect, but like
performance was good.
That's what I was gonna say. I felt like her performance was like a little creepier and odder than the other villains. It felt a little more. Not to overuse annoying words, but felt cerebral.
Yeah.
It just like she felt like a real live like villain, like sort of weirdo person, not just like as you once referred to a mustache twiddling.
Yeah.
F you, main character.
Yeah, no,
like,
she had a reason for what she was doing for sure, and I think that her performance reflected that. And I thought the fight scenes involving her character were pretty neat too.
Yeah, I was gonna say the fight scenes with her were pretty top notch, and I wish those ones in particular I wish were a bit longer.
Some cool powers.
Yeah, some good powers.
Yeah, like
that. See, that was the other thing is this movie almost better than a good many of the Marvel movies did a really good job of combining practical effects with VFX.
Yeah, there wasn't really any CGI in this that I thought looked crap.
But what I'm saying is they knew how to integrate it really. Like in a really good way with the real stunts. And I thought that was kind of cool. And that's, to me, how superhero movies should be. It shouldn't be like, you know, in Deadpool 2, they even kind of make fun of like big CGI battle. It's like everything in this is fake. Great. And I get that there's limitations in practical effects, but even still, it's like, I like that there's such an attempt to integrate both of them.
Yeah. There was a lot of weird, like, superimposition and like compositional shit like involving the Ant-Man abilities that I thought was interesting in certain scenes as well. It worked out.
Right. And now it's time to move on to spoilers.
All right, where do we start?
Okay, first of all, I know where we're starting. That Black Ops scene with Ghost where she's like, you don't know what I've done. It's like, I was a black operative, or I was a Black Ops mission operative for S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever. She's like, they sent me on missions to go kill people. And like, the second I saw that little scene and she's just like walking around, just like offing people, like all stealth, like I'm like, whoa, fuck this Ant-Man the Wasp movie. Give me that Ghost sequel or prequel. And I know, again, I usually hate all those clickbait articles like, why Domino needs your own movie, or like why, I don't know. Like shit, it's like
fucking
like
Shuri,
why Shuri needs her own movie, or like why fucking Dum Dum Dugan needs his own movie without the Howling Commandos.
Dum Dum Dugan solo flick.
Yeah, like enough of this shit. Like everyone needs it. Like what's Clark? What's that guy? Clark Gregg?
Agent Coulson.
Why Agent Coulson needs his own sitcom? Or like whatever bullshit they come up with.
He's got one. It's called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, basically. God, but the Ghost thing is like that was awesome. I literally that was one of those things where it's like you know how sometimes you see a snippet of a movie, you're like, God, fuck the rest of this movie. I wish the whole movie was this.
Yeah, and that left an impression on me too in a different way, because I was like,
how's that?
Well, because I'm like, where the fuck were you ever? Like then, like remember when like S.H.I.E.L.D. was like crumbling to the ground and like Robert fucking Redford was like dying? Like they only had the Winter Soldier. Like where was Ghost at? You know, and that's like the issue with like retcons, because it's like, well, fuck. Well, how do we? And that's something the movie can't really avoid. But like,
well, you could just always make the excuse she went underground, she went into hiding. I don't understand how that's really that.
But it's like I also like did the whole, oh my god, the fucking moment where they're like, she's got them tied up in the fucking the library or whatever, and like she goes, they're like, who the hell are you? And fucking Hank Pym's like, who are you? I've never even met you before. She's like, oh, you know who I am. She says like, you don't remember me? And then I'm like, oh fuck no. And it's like flashback. I'm like, god damn it. Oh my god, it's just like, here's the next 5 minutes of just flashback, and it's not bad, but I'm like, I don't know, it's fine. Like I thought she was good, and I liked her performance, but like at the end of the day, like I couldn't wrap my head around her. Like I got her motivation. Like she's dying, and she doesn't want to fucking die, but like it's almost to the point where it's like, and they did it with Thanos too, and I told you about this, but like even fucking Hank Pym says like, motherfucker, wait, like. As soon as I get my wife and come out, you can do whatever the fuck you want in the quantum realm.
But she wasn't trying to wait around for that shit.
But fucking Lawrence Fishburne even says like, it's weeks off. So it's like, you can't fucking wait. Like, you don't seem to be in that bad a shape. You're kicking ass. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, come on, man. Like, you really I get she's dying, but it's like, we're all trying to just fucking live here. Like, can't we all just fucking get along? Like, I don't know. She seemed a little too. I don't know, her goals seemed a little too reasonable for her to be such an asshole.
No, okay, I get what you're saying. It's like, well, see, that's kind of the thing, I guess. It's like, I feel like the reason why Marvel villains have tend to be on the generic side is because generic's easy to understand.
That's true, yeah.
It's like, I'm evil, fuck you, I'm gonna just like, piss in your cereal. I'm just gonna make you have a bad day.
Right.
You know what, I might shit in your lunchbox. I'm just going to make you have a bad day.
There was another thing about her character that was like, they never brought up, which was like, her dad's a fucking traitor or whatever.
Who?
The dad, remember they said like, well, what's his name? Lawrence Fishburne's like, you remember such and such guy, her dad. And he's like, you fired him and he went on to build that thing by himself. And then he died in the process. And it's like, in that scene immediately after where they escape, he's like, well, what Lawrence Fishburne didn't tell her is that her dad was a traitor, and he was giving secrets to the fucking Hydra or whatever the fuck. And I'm just like,
I don't know.
Why didn't... I'm like, tell her that. Like, what the fuck? Like, fix the fucking problem. Like, obviously, she's the problem of the movie. Fix her. Like, it doesn't seem like she's impossible to, like, reason with. Where it's like, look, I know you're dying. We want you to not die. Can we go down together? And, like, can we talk this out? I don't know. It was good. And I like that I like Lawrence Fishburne's character a lot, actually. I like that at the end he's really like, him and Hank Pym have that like come to Jesus moment. They're like, all right, fuck it.
No, yeah, see, that was actually one of the things I liked about the movie was Bill Foster, played by Lawrence Fishburne.
That one shocked me.
Who later goes on to
be one of the villains, essentially.
Well, essentially, yeah, but I was going to say, in the comics, he's Goliath.
Yeah.
So... And they of course mention the name Goliath and mention how big he got or whatever.
23 feet or
23 feet? Yeah. So I liked that he kind of turned out to be a villain, but at the same time it was a little more complex.
Yeah.
But what I was saying earlier is the reason why it's harder to do the gray area. It's like there's usually like a really easy, there's usually some, hole you can poke in that theory.
Right.
Like, well, why don't you just go together? I get that, but I feel like she's like, no, fuck that. I don't trust you. I have no reason to trust you. So I don't understand what you're getting all bent out of shape about here.
Well, I wasn't bent out of shape, but I was, I don't know. I couldn't help but like bring back like fucking Whiplash. Like it felt like Whiplash from Iron Man 2. Like, you remember me? I'm this guy you fucked over in the past. Or like your dad fucked over in the past. It's just like, all right. This is just like not generic, but like it's like a good but like not great Marvel villain. And like she is good though. I like the performance a lot, and the powers are good.
See, that's what I was gonna say. Is it's more like I really dug her performance.
Oh yeah, I think she was great in fucking Ready Player One too, man.
Ew, gross.
I want to see her in more shit.
Yeah, I don't want to see her in any more of that fucking Player One.
You're not excited for Ready Player 2?
Is that a thing?
I just fucking made that shit up.
You spoke that into existence, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. She's really good though in this.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, so I guess that's why I didn't really give a shit that she was impatient. I bought it enough.
Here's a question I have for you.
What's that?
Are you convinced on the convinced on the Hope Van Dyne Scott Lang romance?
Okay, here's the thing. I forgot. Do they like are they sort of
I think it's like a will they won't they type deal.
in the first one?
The first one they're like damn near making out by the end of that movie.
No, doesn't he like walk in on them in the first one?
I thought they were kissing in that one. I don't know.
I don't fucking okay. I think that kind of maybe points out an issue since neither one of us can remember.
Right. My problem is
it wasn't as jarring as like the civil.
ScarJo.
Well, no, that was the worst. That is the absolute. I think that's the worst like B story across Marvel.
Yeah.
No, actually, I take that back. The worst B story is I just want a sister.
Oh, Jesus. Oh boy. Yeah,
I just want to blow up your shit and try and kill you, and then just complain that you're not my sister. It's like, okay, well, see, those are your first two issues. No, but like, I'll say this: it's kind of like I figured they kind of like each other or whatever. Like, it felt like whenever they kissed or whatever in this, I'm like, huh? I'm like, oh yeah,
yeah. I
kind of felt like Norm Macdonald. It's like, where's Billy? He's at school. Oh yeah. I didn't really mind it. I'm like, I just needed a jog of the memory.
Yeah, it's not a big problem, but like, I don't know if I'm gonna buy their romance because I'm just like, she doesn't fucking like him.
Yeah,
like, she thinks he's an idiot.
That is kind of weird. Is like,
because like I mean, at the end of the day, like I'm sure she's fine with him, but like
as a friend,
I don't like. I would say she tolerates him at best, especially in this, which is another thing. It bothered some people, not others. But like Scott Lang is a fucking idiot in this movie.
He's a complete moron in this.
Which is weird because he's very. I mean, he fucking robs Hank Pym's house in Ant-Man 1. So like,
yeah, they kind of pulled a Peter Quill on him.
Yeah, he's a security expert and all that shit. He starts the ex-con company or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, so it's like. I'll agree he was like a little bit too much of a moron.
Yeah, and it's not like bad. Like it's just noticeable. Like, okay, so he's the butt of a lot of jokes in this time around.
Yeah, no, okay. So I guess it'd be this. The way it was portrayed in the first one, it was like a will they or won't they. Mm-hmm. I guess the way they interacted with each other, it's like yeah, I kind of agree. It felt a little weird, but I don't know. I was just like. I think that's the thing, though. I was like, well, this beats the Hulk Black Widow thing, which is like completely stupid and out of nowhere.
And it was definitely better than Ant-Man 1, I think. They had the relationship between Hope and Scott is way better, I'd say, than Ant-Man 1 in this. Because they have to work. I mean, they're fighting together. They literally have to have chemistry.
Right. So it's like, it's hard to say. It's like, I think the element of like let's work as a team was fine. Yeah, was fine. But yeah. I felt like
the romance is just kind of like, well, this is a Hollywood movie. We got to have a kiss.
That's the rule. If there's a man and woman in a room together, it's like, gotta start making babies. Like that's basically it. So yeah, I thought that was a little jarring, but at first, but then I was just kind of like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do I got here? Oh, I think, for one thing, we got to talk about Janet.
Oh, yeah. See, that's another thing where I'm like, why did you... They gave that away. Not in the trailer, but they showed the fucking poster with her on it. And she's, like, all old, and she's got the fucking wasp wing as, like, a staff, like, on her back.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, how she appears at the end of the movie. So I'm like... why do I need to see that?
That was the weird thing is like when I realized the focus of the movie was to get her, then I'm like, huh? I thought she was going to be like in this movie.
That was another thing
But then I should have remembered, well, her face wasn't plastered all over the trailer, so of course she's not in the movie all that much.
There's another spoilery shot in the trailer, which is like they're talking about Scott being on house arrest. And in the fucking trailer of the movie, they show the dude sticking the key into Scott's ankle bracelet.
Yeah.
Which is him letting him free. And he like, I don't know if I'm remembering this right, but he's like, I'm getting off a house arrest, like, or something to that effect in the movie, or in the trailer. Like, yeah. I thought the movie was going to be about he's just getting off of house arrest, not he's got to play fucking
he's got to have the
play hooky and have all that shit, the whole Texas switch,
the ant cover for him.
Yeah, and I'm like, they basically spoiled that he does get out of fucking house arrest. In a way, I mean, it's a misdirect, but still, it's like, why show that much? All
right, so now there's something I realized we haven't addressed at all. Your rent a villain actor,
who's Walton Goggins.
Yeah, Walton Goggins. It's like, do you need a villain that's not really that great, but you want someone pretty good to play him?
Yeah.
Call Walt Goggins.
It's so weird because he's such a great
That's what
guy.
I'm saying. He's a really good that guy.
And he's just he's basically in this movie to be a fucking oafish, like, bad guy that can get beat up, you know?
That's what I'm saying is, like, it was sort of like a three-way match between Ghost and Bill Foster, the Ant Crew, and Walt Goggins and his people. And, like, it ended up like I don't even remember. Sonny Birch. Sonny Birch. He plays Sonny Birch in this. I kind of felt like that whole dynamic between the three of them, it's like, I feel like they should have rewritten it somehow where it's like, Ghost was on their team.
Yeah.
Not this, like, three-way team thing.
Though I will say it made for one of the funniest scenes in the fucking movie.
When
she, like, fucking appears out of nowhere during that interrogation, the truth serum interrogation scene, and they all start freaking out. Remember that? And one dude starts singing the fucking Baba Yaga song. Yeah. Also, I was like, really? We're not going to address John Wick?
Yeah.
I was like, this is the same Baba Yaga, and I'm like, it's 2018. John Wick Chapter 2 came out last year.
Well, I'm kind of glad they didn't.
Yeah, because it's like reference-itis.
No, yeah, it's like, have you seen this?
Yeah. But still, oh man, I will say.
Also, speaking of the truth serum, how great Michael Pena stealing the fucking show.
Oh my god,
with the truth serum.
He's he's fucking a supreme comedic actor.
I think I could watch like an 8-part series of just him telling that story and having people lip sync.
Yeah, he should have his own fucking solo movie.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
There we go.
Nope. Oh, I fell into it.
Yeah.
I've become what I hate.
No, but he is a huge standout character, though. Like, for sure.
I would not, no.
You wouldn't see an 8-part miniseries.
No, I just want to fucking go on the record and take that back.
But would you see a Marvel one-shot starring Michael Pena?
Yes. Okay, something of that. I'm just trying to say, like, he's done a good job at that shit.
Oh, yeah. I would say, like, he kicks the shit out of Kat Dennings and Thor. You know, like...
Well, that's not difficult.
But, like, even, like, who are some other side characters? Like, fucking Happy Hogan. Like, I get... Like, Happy Hogan has, like, 2 or 3 lines.
He's all right.
He's not, like, the standout.
They've just made him an asshole over time. He went from, like, I'm the sidekick, and now he's in, like, Spider-Man Homecoming. It's like... Can I call Mr. Stark? No, fuck you, kid. Yeah.
It's just, he hasn't been cool since the blast.
Yeah, just like, can you tell Mr. Stark that, hey, Peter, why don't you can you eat a dick?
He hasn't been the same since the blast, man.
Iron Man 3. Yeah, dude, maybe he's just a jerk.
Changed him.
You're not
the same happy. You're not happy.
Yeah, he's not a happy.
You're not the happy we...
All right, so
anyway.
Back to this, though, and back to the... 23 2-hour episode series starring Michael Pena's character
as Luis,
and it's just all about him and it's an ex-con the series sitcom.
I don't know, man. That doesn't sound all bad. Like that again. It's like they're fucking funny, man. Like T.I. doesn't even have a lot to do in this, but like the dynamic between those 3 guys is just, they're a funny bunch. I like them.
They're a good bunch. They work well.
I don't know if I'd watch a show, but I wouldn't be up in arms about it.
No, I'm being
you're being facious.
I'm being facetious.
Yes,
I'm just joshing ya.
One of the things I really liked was the added dynamic, the family dynamic between like Scott Lang and Judy Greer and Bobby Cannavale and.
That's worked well, especially with his daughter.
Yeah, that worked well. I mean, the way the movie opens, in a way, I mean, it opens with that kind of like recap of Ant-Man 1.
Yeah.
But then it opens with like that real like, you know, adorable fucking scene where he's just being a good dad.
Yeah, because he's on house arrest. He builds that ramp and all that shit.
Yeah, I was like looking at my dad. I'm like, we never did this shit. I'm just kidding.
There you have it, folks. Robert's
daddy issues.
Yeah. Robert's just having sour grapes that he never had his dad build him a ramp.
We didn't have a ramp down our knot deck.
Yeah, a ramp with the ant ride.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But it's a good dynamic. And I like the, you know.
Well, speaking of family dynamics, it's like, again, this is how you do the family scenes, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Take notes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, she's been gone for 30 years.
Right.
So it's like, it's a little more warranted that they have, like, an emotional moment there. Or, like, that they have, scenes of outright frustration when shit's going wrong. It's just like, the emotional scenes, like, they carried enough weight to not be, like, too cheesy or too, like, out of nowhere. They weren't jarring.
Whereas, like, the subtext behind a lot of, like, Peter Quill's, like, daddy issues is like, I have a dad?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes, enter Kurt Russell.
Yeah. And it's like, they're playing catch with
that ball.
Yeah. It's like,
and I'm like, is this supposed to be funny?
That's what I thought that. It's like, I feel like I'm not laughing.
Should I be laughing?
Should I be? Like, I'm like, this is dumb. But yeah, it worked out. Like, again, they didn't do anything, like, weird with those scenes. Mm-hmm. I think this had balance tonally.
Yeah,
I'd say my main gripe is, like, the villain, like, shuffle, like, switcheroo kind of thing. Because, like, the MacGuffin was the piece.
Yeah.
So that they could get to the quantum realm.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like it shouldn't have been, like, the three-way, like, free-for-all. It should have been, like, maybe Ghost, like, has some things going on where she's still not, like, fully villain. Because I kind of like that. It sort of reminded me of most of the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man villains. Mm-hmm. How it's like, a lot of the villains aren't, like, they don't want to be. They're just flawed or...
But I will say when that three-sided die, if you will, converged, when it was working, or when it did converge, I thought it worked. I liked that I liked the car chase scene at the end.
Yeah, I thought the car chase was fine.
But other than that, it did feel a little disjointed where it's like there was a part where, like, I think that part where Walton Goggins shows up to ex-con, I think that's the first time we see him since he gets his ass beat in that hotel restaurant. Like,
yeah.
Right? And so it was weird. I'm like, oh, he's back,
Yeah.
So it didn't work entirely. But what?
What were you gonna say?
Well, no, it's just it's not the worst it could have been, but it could have been a lot better.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. So overall, I would say based on the lack of longer action scenes and a tiny bit of lack of clarity. Well, actually, I would say some major lack of clarity between the plot, I guess, and the way it played out.
Mm-hmm, the sides.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that it wasn't clear. So clarity is not the right word. It's just the execution of how those things all played out was kind of, I don't know, like kind of mediocre in a lot of ways.
How do you feel about the post-credit scenes?
Oh yeah, let's get to those and then we'll
spoil. Well, the one was spoiled in the trailer. The ant playing drums.
Yeah. That's like, what the hell? I waited around for this.
Was I the only one that was like one of the only jokes that was like severe miss? Was the ant shit where he's like in the bathtub and like eating Doritos and shit? I'm like, I was more like, how the fuck is that happening than laughing at it. I was just like, what? Like, how? Like, I didn't think it was that funny.
I don't know. I didn't mind. I thought I got like a out of me.
Just like,
got a smirk.
But yeah, that second post-credit scene, not the big one. What do you think about the big one?
Let's talk about that. So they're going to go and they're like, we're going to help our friend Ghost. Even though she tried to murder us, we're like, no, yeah, cool. Water under the bridge. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm willing to overlook that because she's like, no, I'm not really evil.
Maybe she'll appear in the second
Real
Avengers.
Quick, though. So the last fight scene, I'm like, come on. That was like 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah. It was nothing.
Oh, man. Ghost's a tough opponent. And it's like, no, dude, stop. We can get you healed. And she's like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, all right, fuck it. Now we're friends.
It's basically like a not as bad Deus Ex Machina, where it's just like, I have healing powers now. And it's like, okay. It's like, it's not a Deus Ex Machina because it's like, they set it up like two scenes before, but it's still pretty not
right, because she wants to extract the quantum realm
particles.
And it's like, dude, I've been living in them for 30 years.
Yeah.
It's like, trust me.
No,
I got that. And they said it so, what, it slows down the process but doesn't finish healing her?
I guess so.
No, see, that's kind of what I was a little confused. I'm like, so is she healed or not? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, the science in this, it made less sense than in one, I will say. Like, the science
just a little
of one,
bit.
There's like other shit where it's like, we don't know how to get her out of the quantum realm or whatever. It's like, What happened to putting those fucking shrink/enlarge things in his belt like he did at the end of Ant-Man 1? And just shutting it. Like, what the fuck happened?
Well, they're having problems with them.
Well, even that, it's like with her, like just give her some of those, like have her eat them. Some bullshit. Like the science, like felt like it took a bit of a back seat in this one. Like it's just like quantum. It's just like what's going on? And like even Ant-Man says like he's what does he say? He's like you guys
just making quantum? This up.
Yeah. And it's just it felt like that a little bit, but again, it's not that bad. Like I've seen a lot worse. This isn't
right. So okay, we're getting off topic though. So
Hope, fucking Janet, and Hank Pym are dead. They're all dead.
They're just gone.
They're fried. Left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth.
I kind of love that. I'm like, whoa. It's like, so that's how it's gonna be, huh?
Yeah.
But of course, they're not really dead because sequel. Well, actually, no. I mean, for this at least, it's not like Ant-Man's coming out next year again.
Well, we know Ant-Man gets out at least because like he's a part of the next.
But Avengers I think that is a cool. How do you put it? Like cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's cool, but like it did kind of take the wind out of the sails of like this palate cleanser.
Oh yeah, where it's like what a happy like. And it's like, you know what it reminds me of?
What?
To bring up a Mulan reference. What do we want? A girl worth fighting. Just like a valley of like dead bodies.
Town, or the shitty battlefield after that.
Yeah, there's just like dead bodies. There's just like a goat like, help me.
Yeah.
I mean, kill me.
Yeah. It even ends that way. Like, or it leads up to it. Like
there was no goat that says kill me in Mulan. No. But maybe there should have been.
It was severely lacking.
Yeah, you know what? I'd give Mulan a -7 out of 5.
The action was good,
but lack of dead goats, begging to be killed when they find the shitty town at the end of the "Girl We're Fighting For" song.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, we're okay. Stick to topic here.
I forgot what I was gonna Oh no, I remember what it was.
Quantum Realm. We're saying how it's like. I was saying, okay, so I made the Mulan comment because I'm like, wow, way to like undo, like way to be a Debbie Downer on your fun times.
I just realized that the movie even ends with the fucking Partridge Family song, like what's the fucking one that they end it with?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It ends with like a montage of like them being a family and all this shit, and it's like super happy and like and I'm like. Oh, yeah, that's right. Here comes the fucking... Someone's gonna die. I thought they were gonna kill Cassie.
Where was Ghost, by the way? Like, in that last scene?
I don't know. She could be dead.
What?
Well, I mean, she might have gotten fried, too. I guess that cures her.
No, but that's what I mean. They're like, we gotta get this for our friend Ghost. By the way, she's not here.
Well, she, like, ran away, I guess. But then, even then, I was like... When they were doing that, I was like... I had that discrepancy too where I'm like, didn't they cure her?
Well,
Did they prolong it?
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, it kind of was like, well, never mind. Sonny Birch, like, didn't count. He's in jail. And, like, who the hell cares where Ghost is? Like, that's what I'm saying is, like, it all kind of felt like, well, this was just all a wild goose chase.
Also, who is his boss?
Who cares?
There's some theories that they're saying is Norman Osborn.
Or it's nobody. Like, what a lame...
It's a dead-ass fucking lead in a story.
Or, like, Justin Hammer. It's like, who cares? None of these things are going to happen.
You bring up Justin Hammer, now you get me excited. Because that means we get some Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, I could always use more Sam Rockwell, but I don't fucking know, man. I don't really see how that's going to go. And then there's theories that somehow Captain Marvel is going to play into the quantum realm.
Okay.
Because science or some bullshit. I don't know.
Well, that remains to be seen. But we also neglected to talk about the best cameo in this movie, which is Tim Heidecker shows up.
Oh man, okay, this will be our last thought before we give scores.
Yes,
Tim Heidecker, famous for Tim and Eric,
and also Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, right.
Somehow,
that part was great.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
Tim Heidecker, as you know if you're still listening, he played the guy leading the boat tour when they're whale watching.
Oh man, it's so goofy. I loved it.
It was perfect. I loved his reaction. It's like, yeah, actually, that's not a whale. What the hell is that? I was a big fan of that. All right, so
scores.
Yeah, scores. I'd give it a 3.5.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there too. 7.5 out of 10.
All right, so You average that out of our lovely out of 15 scale, and you get the score of
11 out of 15.
So 11 out of 15 from Alex and Robert for The Ant-Man and the Wasp. Go see it, I guess. I mean, it's pretty good.
It's a good time.
It's a pretty solid movie. So there you have it, Ant-Man and the Wasp. And now we move on to another round of Guess the Movie Based on the Foreign Title.
Yes, let's see if one of us can get any answer right this time around. Jesus Christ.
Well, I think I have maybe a layup in here or two. We'll see. Would you like to go first?
I sure would.
All right. So your first movie, which of course, name redacted. In France, it's known as The Unknown of the Nord Express. In Greece, it's known as His Unknown Express. In Argentina, it's known as Sinister Pact. All right, you're on the clock.
Fucking Polar Express?
You were close in the theme of trains, but
yes.
it was actually Strangers on a Train, hence Sinister Pact.
I was my second guess.
I don't know what Polar Express movie you're watch. It's like Tom Hanks is on the phone. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna crash the train and kill all the children. That'll get rid of them. I hate kids.
Yeah, Santa, this is the plan, right?
Yeah,
everything's going according to plan.
Santa's just tired. He's like, kill them all.
We need to send a message.
Yeah, they're all naughty. Yeah, he actually got all the naughty kids on the list, so he's killing them.
This is very economical for Santa.
Right, so he doesn't even have to stop by their house and give them coal.
No more coal.
Yeah,
they're gonna become coal.
Yeah, okay, but that's right.
All right.
But the correct answer is Strangers on Train.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, what do you got?
All right, so in Croatia, this is known as Peasant Man. And in Portugal, this is known as the Chipping Stone Boy. And in Hungary, this is simply known as Stone Butt.
Is this Encino Man?
It is.
Wow.
How did you know?
Well, it's because I followed the caveman theme, and I recently watched Encino Man on TV.
Nice one.
What were all of them?
Peasant Man, the Chipping Stone Boy.
Chipping Stone Boy. That was
ice
it.
block.
Well, no, I was just thinking of like chiseling,
cave,
like making cave paintings. What was the last one?
Stone Butt.
And I'm like, well, okay, so that's silly. Plus, like, I'm like, if it's not this, I have no idea.
That's a good guess, man.
All right, I'm on board.
That might be the first correct answer we've gotten in this game ever.
Maybe, yeah.
It's probably not, but fuck, this game's hard.
Yeah, it is. But all right, it's only gonna get hard with this next one.
All right, lay it on me.
Okay, so we got movie name redacted, of course. Again, in Italy, it is known as Midday and a Half of Fire. Mm-hmm. In Sweden, it's known as It's Raining for the Sheriff. In Portugal, it's known as Shambles in the West.
I'm going to say Tombstone.
That is incorrect. It is Blazing Saddles.
I get that.
Half a
the
day
Italian
of fire.
title.
Yeah. Midday and a Half of Fire. There's a lot of like
blazing, if you will.
Yeah, exactly, blazing.
Good one, Italy.
All right, what do you got?
Me again. All right. In Hungary, this is known as the body. In Poland, it's called catch, snap, shake. And in Russian, this is simply known as type of cool guard.
Cool Hand Luke.
It's observe and report.
Wait, what were the answers?
The body, catch, snap, shake, and type of cool guard. The only one you could have gotten anything from was the last one, and even that is just like based on the first two.
Oh, the cool guard. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking of like I have no idea, like something cold instead of like cool guy.
Yeah, like the cooler or some shit, or like
I don't know. I was thinking cooler, but man. Well, first of all, that is a timeless classic film.
Oh, yeah.
Probably one of the best comedies ever made.
Well, I agree with you there, but we'll reserve that for another for a Torches and Pitchforks segment.
Yeah, someday.
Yes.
But hold on, what was the ones like Snap, Shake, and whatever?
Catch, Snap, Shake.
Okay, so that's clearly like a mistranslation.
Something happened because I don't know where the hell they got what they saw, but it was an observe and report where they extrapolated that title.
I'm not really sure about that. What country was that?
Poland.
Okay, yeah. Well, see, the ones, it's like, it's weird. Italian is the one that, on here, at least so far in this game, has, like, the worst, like, translation, like, in terms of, like, how close is it?
That's so weird. Because you just think, like, well, Latin. You
right.
know, I guess it just whatever.
But evidently not.
Fuck, man.
All right, your next one. Man. Okay, here we go. In Greece, it's known as At the End of the Road. In Italy, it's known as Like a Thunder. In Spain, it's known as Crossroad. What do you got?
Mad Max 2?
That was pretty close.
Really?
But it was actually A Place Beyond the Pines.
Jesus Christ. Man, oh man, I was not thinking that at all. I was thinking like
You're
as soon as
thinking
you said
of
the
Thunderdome?
road. I was thinking of Thunderdome. Well, you said something. What was the first one? Something road.
At the End of the Road.
And I was immediately thinking of Post-Apocalypse because I was like,
Yeah.
The Road, like the Cormac McCarthy movie.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't realize this is like almost unfair. I should have chosen some easier ones.
Mine get pretty bad. I eased you in with that Encino Man one, but these last
that was
three.
a pretty lucky guess because I'm like, shit, is it Encino? That was a guess.
That was a good pull.
All right, what we got?
This one in Lithuania is called Feeling Power. And in Italy, it's called If You Leave Me, I Delete You. And in Azerbaijan, it's called The Timeless Parish of the Lost Eraser.
What?
I'm fucking not making this up. First of all,
Azerbaijan. What's the first one?
Feeling Power.
Okay.
First of all, news to me, Azerbaijan has movie theaters, and they see a lot of movies.
Yeah, no, I found some Azerbaijan translations on here.
I kid.
But, god damn it, what were they again?
Feeling Power.
Feeling Power.
If You Leave Me, I Delete You. And The Timeless Parish of the Lost Eraser.
Is this Unfriended?
No, it's actually Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
How in the holy hell could I have possibly guessed that?
Maybe by the second one, If You Leave Me, I Delete You, because it's all like, oh, if you break up with me, I'm going to, lose my memory of ever meeting you or bullshit like that. It's bad. Like,
I've never seen that movie, because I feel like that's where Jim Carrey got weird.
Yeah, but you're a big Charlie Kaufman fan, right?
I am.
It's a good movie. It's
by him.
Oh, yeah, you wrote it.
But it's like people who I think suck like that movie. So it's like, I don't know, man.
It's not too bad. Got some good, who else is in that? Some good Elijah Wood.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll just have to meet people who I don't hate who like that movie.
That's an interesting little life lesson.
Yeah.
Out of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes, even when people, like things and you think they suck, maybe you should give some of those things a chance. I don't know. But yeah, I guess that's our life lesson. Anyway, moving on to your fourth one. In Brazil, this film is known as If You Play the Bug Bites. In Italy, it's The Winning Guys. And in Croatia, and possibly the least helpful of all three, it's Sandwich Bands.
All right. I'm gonna give it the old college try here.
Yeah, just go for it.
Is it Eight-Legged Freaks?
No, it is actually Sandlot.
If you play the Bug Bites, what the fuck is that? Like
my favorite is that there's no like commas or anything. It's just like if you play the Bug Bites.
Did Off the mosquito bite spray thing sponsor the release in that country or some bullshit?
I don't remember like ever there being a part. It's like, man, we were itching like hell that day.
Yeah, there were so many mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes were bad.
I wish there was some sort of repellent.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't remember that. And Sandwich Bands.
What the fuck? The only remote sandwich anything in that movie is the s'mores scene. And that's a dessert sandwich, guys. That doesn't count.
Yeah, Croatia. It should be dessert sandwich bands. Jeez.
What was the second one again?
The second one was The Winning Guys.
Okay, that's any semblance of any relation to that.
Guess what else was on there?
What?
Which has now been connected to two other children's sports movies of the 90s. The Little Champions.
God almighty, that is like... How many Little Champions movies are there?
Because what was it, like, the one time where...
Mighty Ducks?
Yeah. And Little Giants.
Little Giants had a similar title.
I know this one. I'm like, wrong. It's actually Mighty Ducks.
Could it be possible that in the same country, both Sandlot, Mighty Ducks, all Sandlot, Mighty Ducks, and fucking
There's like
Little
France
Giants
or Italy.
are part of the same franchise?
I don't know. Wouldn't put it past you. All right. What's your next one?
All right. So in France, this is called Women's Case. And in Italy, it's called Love and Shootings. And in Poland, it's called Remove the Wife from the Memory Card.
Oh, Jesus. I think I saw this. Wait, hold on. What was the first one?
Women's Case.
Oh, man. Is this Throw Mama from the Train?
Not entirely far off. Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Just for yucks.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what that would be like in some, like, not English language. Like Poland, who delivered with Remove the Wife from the Memory Card.
What in the hell?
I don't fucking know. That sounds like an alternate title for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, honestly.
That sounds like some weird shit. Like, I don't even know. Isn't there like some sci-fi movie about like putting memory cards in your head or something? It's coming out.
Fuck, I don't know.
I don't know. There's a bunch of those movies.
Fucking Matrix or some shit.
Yeah, it's like a sort of. I can't remember what it is. It's like that and Upgrade mixed together. Anyway, here is your final one for the fifth and final round. In Greece, this film is known as Night of the Masks. In Portugal, it's known as The Return of Evil. In Sweden, it's Bloody Night of All Saints.
I'm going to say The Purge Anarchy.
No, it is actually Halloween.
Ah.
Hence, Night of All Saints.
Oh, All Saints. Well, technically, All Saints Day is the day after Halloween.
Whatever. Yeah, you know what? You get 0 points for knowing that. But nice
that's
try.
Okay. That's okay. Yeah,
okay,
I get that. I don't know why I was thinking masks.
So is that 5 and 5?
Oh no, I got one more.
Oh, well, I've already won, but
yes, you have.
What do we got?
For yucks, in España, this is known as Lumber 091 exclamation point. In Russia, this is called 911 Boys on Call. And in Hungary, this is called Cigarettes in Action, the movie.
So is this Reno 911, the movie?
You're absolutely correct.
Okay, so that was really easy.
I didn't think you were gonna think I went there because that's one of those movies where I'm like, oh yeah, that did fucking happen, didn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought you were gonna guess like End of Watch or some shit.
Wow, so I got 2 of 5.
You got 2 of 5. We're working close to that. What were we trying to get? 3 out of 5 one day?
No, I think we're just like getting more than 1 right.
That wasn't so bad.
Yeah, I went 2 out of 5, and you had a couple close ones.
Close? Well, not really, but
yeah, I'm just trying to be nice because I finally won. Well, that's pretty sad. I still got a failing grade if we're talking academics here. 2 out of 5. That's a 40%.
Yeah, but it's a W's a W.
Yeah, W's a W, and that's a badass batting average.
It sure is.
All right, so that does it for our game section. Do you like games? Tell us in the comments section. Do you likes? Let us know in the comments section. What's your favorite comment to comment in the comments section? Comment that.
Yes. Let us know.
All right, thank you for listening. That'll conclude episode 18 of Bonus Features with Alex and Robert. And once again, I just want to do a couple quick shout-outs to some other podcasts that we think you folks might like. Mm-hmm. So friends and neighbors, if you will, check out Hip Hop Heads Anonymous, for all your news, reviews, and latest happenings in the world of hip-hop music. Again, that's Hip Hop Heads Anonymous.
And, of course, Bad Movie Brunch, Luke and Katie over there every week, taking a look at a otherwise bad movie and dissecting it and seeing what's good about it or, what maybe the critics didn't like about it.
Yeah, and of course, as always, you can comment in the comment section.
Yes.
On either Facebook or on YouTube or on SoundCloud. So thanks for listening and see you next time.